Are you a braider and you're looking for ways that you will stand out in your craft? Are you trying to learn a skill and braiding is what you really want to learn? Watch this video as I give you tips on how to become a better or a professional braider. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Viana's Beauty. If this is your first time here, we talk everything beauty, makeup and hair related. So grab a cup of coffee as you watch us finish this knotless boohoo braids. I'll be telling you how to create the knotless boohoo braids and add pieces of hair, as you can see me doing now. People have different methods of adding the hair. This is the method that I find faster for me. I can do other methods, but with this method I go faster, which will discuss how to braid, how to cut down your braiding time in another video. For today, I just want to encourage those who are taking up on a new skill. Braiding is a very good profession. It's a good skill, but you need to know some things. You need to note some things before getting into the profession. Tip number one is that braiding it's a service that takes a lot of time, especially for African hair, because our hair texture is coarse, and with the braids, depending on the length and the size, you'll be standing up for a very long time. So tip number one is that get comfortable shoes, especially if you're a beginner. It takes about 6 to 8 hours to braid a full hair. If you're doing regular or knotless braids, the time might vary. If you're doing butt length, shoulder length, or waist length, the time might vary. All this comes with professionalism. You'll get to know the time difference if you have braided a lot of hair. So tip number two is practice and practice. You have to keep practicing. Get a dummy, go to African salons for voluntary work, and just any free time you have, ask for an opportunity to practice. As you keep practicing, your speed will be increasing. So it's important for you to, like, especially if you're doing knotless braids, you see me the pieces of hair that I am adding. The hair, sorry I couldn't show that on this video. I placed the hair on the rack, which is one of the ways of increasing your speed as a braider. So I placed, after we've done consultation, my client agreed on the size she wanted, on the color she wanted, and after paying a deposit, I know that okay, this client will show up, because there's no way you pay deposit and majority of people won't just give away their deposit like that, because deposit is not refundable. So when all that is done, before the client even comes in, I already prepped the hair. The hair is on the rack, which really saves me time for braiding. So I'm on my comfortable shoes and I am braiding. Now, if you have a shop like I do, it's important for you to at least have one or two staffs, because it will help you make more money in a day. No matter how fast you are, if you're doing a knotless braids and if it's butt length like this one, you will spend at least 4 hours on that hair, no matter the size. Like I'm not joking. Like if it is butt length, no matter the size, you spend at least 4 hours if you are alone, which means it can be more. Like, so having a staff really helps you make your clients not stay long in the shop. And if your client know that okay, she can come to the shop and spend like 4 hours and go and have the rest of the day to do her other things, she'll be happy coming back. One disadvantage of working from home is that majority of the time you are all by yourself. So you end up spending 7 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours on one person's hair. That's literally someone giving up their entire day to come and braid their hair. But if you are in a shop and you have a staff, yeah, you can come and do your hair and go and attend to other things. And then the next thing is, just like makeup, braiding is a body contact service, which means you are on the person's face, you're on the person's skin. It's important for you as a braider to be hygienic, which means you shower, you do your deodorant, you do your roll-on, you are on point. You're not smelling sweaty, your breath is not stinky. You have to be very hygienic. You have to smell nice. You have to make your clients feel comfortable, because they'll be sitting there, unlike makeup that you, in the space of 1 hour you're done with your makeup, but you'll be on this person's hair for at least 4 hours, like I said. So it's important for you to really get that hygiene going, like be smelling nice, let your client not feel bored sitting there on the chair. The next point is you have to be accommodating. Sometimes people come in, some people like doing their hair just for the sake of having time for themselves, away from the home, away from work, away from the kids. They just want to come to another atmosphere. And I find that in most cases, when you're seated on that chair, you want to let out some things that you're very, very frustrated about. And in the course of letting out these things, it's important for you as the braider to be able to listen. And then listen, let it stay with you. Which takes me to the next point, that as a braider, it's important for you to have integrity. Integrity in keeping people's secrets. I'm not talking especially for people who are taking it further, who are learning braiding, for maybe you're getting an income from the braiding. So it's important for you to have integrity in keeping whatever thing your client shares with you to yourself, and listening to the client and copying, and replying on point. Note that unless a client gives you permission, never get too personal with the clients. Like, you start asking things that will kind of make them uncomfortable. Imagine asking your client, what can I use? Their age. Okay, with the white people, it's normal to ask somebody's age, but with our African community, people find it somehow when you want to dig into their age, and then as you go further to ask that, are you married? Oh my god, no. Unless those are information that if they give you, fine and good. Or if they're asking you, you can as well just say that, what about you, just for etiquette purposes, right? All these things will make you stand out as a braider, and you will make your clients want to come back to you. Another point is, if you're a beginner braider, like I said before, you have to keep practicing. And if you're practicing, you don't want to overcharge somebody for something that you're not yet really familiar with, So let me just talk a bit about this hair. I usually I prepared sometimes. I prepared my extensions sometimes, but as you keep braiding and going, it will not really be necessary for you to prepare, because you already know what you're doing. Like, I know that all hairs are not the same, not all heads are the same. So people's hair structures are different from others, so you always have to understand. So sometimes you might cut the front, and for different hairs it might just take 4 rows, and you're full. Others it takes 6 rows. That is because people's hair, sometimes their heads are bigger than others. So as you keep practicing, you keep doing the braids, you know how much hair to part and how to part the hair. Now let's go further, right? I have a video where I talked about the difference between boohoo braids, goddess braids, and gypsy braids. If you watched that video, can you please comment down below what this hairstyle is? Is it the boohoo, the gypsy, or the goddess braids? I would like to know if my subscribers are really connecting with our videos. And by the way, if you've not subscribed to our video and you're gaining value from this video, please do well to subscribe, hit on the like button, share with everyone who likes braiding, and God bless you. Furthermore, clients' density of hair is different, right? You need to know That's why consultation is very important. If you're a braider, you need to consult, you need to see the hair, you need to see the length, you need to see the density, because depending on the length and the density, you will know the amount of the pieces of these boho braids to add to each hair you've parted. I work a lot with mixed race children, with mixed race people, and I usually tell my workers that mixed race, majority of them, they have long hair and they have very full hair, so you will not add the same pieces of hair for your knotless braids the same way you will add with this. If not, you become very heavy. So with them, the less goes a long way. That's where you working with a lot of hair and a lot of different heads makes you to know how to. Now, no braid, not all braiders work the same. As you keep practicing, you discover what works for you, what does not work for you, and what helps you to get faster. And that is what I'm doing. Even till now, I'm learning. Like, so we keep learning every day. You can keep learning every day. Look for the nearest African salon around you and just offer to be like a volunteer job